I hosted an event today, professionally. It was for a real estate organization that I belong to in San Francisco. I'm on the board, and I kind of run these events 4 to 6 times a year. Different themes. I kind of come up with ideas, or people help me come up with ideas, and we put it on and we open it up to the members. So today we did a lunch event with 3 women on a panel. The title of the event was "Women Building Careers in Commercial Real Estate," and so the theme was my idea, and came up with it I think a couple of months ago, and so I was looking forward to the event because I was really interested in what these women had to say, and they were really accomplished people. One woman is in her 60s, which I was surprised because she doesn't look it. The other women were probably in their 30s to maybe 40, but had probably had like 15 to 20 years work experience roughly. And I didn't know how much they were going to go into kind of like the difficulties of working with men, the difficulties of being a woman in the workplace. Commercial real estate is fairly male dominated, not as male dominated as it was, but still probably majority male. And I would say especially like at the top of organizations, right? More and more women are joining the industry, but they're younger. Most of them are younger, so it's going to take time for them to rise up to the upper ranks. Eventually it'll be equal, or there'll even be more women. But as of today, I think probably male dominated, certainly at the upper levels of organizations. So and my hope in setting up the event was that these women would certainly talk about their own careers, but talk about like challenges and things that they've learned from the standpoint of being a woman, not just a real estate professional. And then based on like how the email interaction was going back and forth between the women who were on the panel, I wasn't sure like how much we were going to get into actual like problems these women have had, working with men or stuff like that, and like how kind of real it was going to get. And it got pretty real, and not in a bad way, not in a, like, these are all successful women. They've done well, they're doing well, like they're not bitter people, like they are very successful, and so it's not like they were angry or anything, but they definitely had very clear, pointed criticism or comments about the challenges of working with men, and where men can do a better job in considering and working with women in the workplace. And it was super. It was really refreshing. It was beautiful. Like, it was honest. It was professional. It wasn't angry. It was just like, look, this is what it is. It was clear. It was direct. It was, it was perfect. It was kind of perfect. And you could tell that the people in the audience liked it. And it was such a good feeling, because I've said it, like, I've been in this role for like 2.5 years, and I've organized, like, this was like the 9th or 10th. I think this was like the 10th event in that time that I've organized, and it was definitely the most fulfilling and rewarding, just from the standpoint of how I felt at the event, because I was sitting there listening and I was thinking to myself, this is an important conversation. Like this conversation needs to be, and conversations like these, need to be had. And it felt like we were doing good work, right? Like, I mean, I'm always proud when we pull these events off. People, there's a whole team of people that works. It's not a huge deal, but human effort goes into it. I'm always proud. But this is like the one that I'm proudest of so far, because the topic was, I think, the most important. So it just felt really good to be there. And yeah, so I guess I was grateful to be a part of it, and to get that kind of feeling, and to see like how seriously people were taking it, and there was just a good feeling in the air. And I think people really like appreciated the event. Like, they were grateful that we had that event, because like that's the kind of stuff that people want to hear and want to talk about and need places to talk about it. So I asked the first audience question. My question was to the panelists. I said, what's the main thing that each of you would like men to know about working with women? And it was interesting to see their faces. I think they were surprised at the question, but they liked the question, and they each gave really great answers, and it was interesting to hear their answers. And it basically was like, like, treat us as equals, like we're, and be aware of how you look at us, talk to us, think about us. And it basically comes down to respect, which I think is what everybody is looking for.